What's up, my beautiful people? Exile451 here with yet another daily dose of Reddit Happy. Speaking of happy, that's where we're headed today, r/happy. So, let's get to it. Our first post comes from user Luthien56. Proud of how my life has turned around in just under 3 years. Not quite 3 years ago, in February of 2017, my husband of almost 10 years told me he was leaving me for my then best, now ex, friend, who was also leaving her husband. Devastated, I moved cross-country from California back home to the East Coast. Since then, I've kept my job, but now work remotely and gotten regular raises as well as a senior professional certification and continued career growth. I also met my now fiancé, engaged as of October 2019. Wedding will be April 2021. And we are a week away from closing on a beautiful home. Just got the clear to close. While I absolutely recognize my fiancé as my financial partner in this endeavor, I'm financing this house completely under my name because I have stronger credit and the income/assets to get approved for the price range we wanted on my own. Plus, I supplied the down payment, with some help from a modest early inheritance. Buying this house has been extremely empowering. My credit is excellent, I've become closer than ever to friends I worried I would lose, and I have a wonderful and supportive new local friend group. I also started a thriving meetup group for geeky women in my area that's been steadily growing since 2017. Had some losses. My stepbrother died unexpectedly in November 2018, lost my grandfather in the same month, and my stepfather lost his battle with Alzheimer's in May 2019. On the bright side, I was physically closer to my mom when this all happened, so I could be there for her during these rough times, as she was for me during my divorce and move. Remembering how I felt just under 3 years ago as my life seemed to crumble before my eyes, and now seeing the fruits of hard decisions I made then and all the emotional work I pushed myself through to help lay a foundation to build a better life moving forward, makes me incredibly proud and so happy with how my life has changed. Thanks for letting me crow about it a little. Hey, you have every right to crow about it. You've come a long way. Some people never recover from something like that. I mean, your husband leaving you is a huge level of betrayal on its own, but to compound that by him leaving you for your best friend just kind of doubles the hurt. You've come back from a lot, and you have every right to feel proud about it and share that with others. It's amazing how life can turn around in so short of a time. You may think you have a life plan where you're going to be in 5-10 years, and it turns out to be something entirely different. I know mine did. Take pride in what you've done and use your story to help others who may be struggling as well. You've gotten through a lot. You just prove that it is possible to overcome whatever life can throw at you. Thank you so much for sharing the post, and wherever you're at, I truly do wish you the best. Our next story is from user JWall245. But first, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more of your daily dose of Reddit Happy. By some insane and unimaginable twist of events, things somehow got better. Around this time 2 years ago, I was in a profoundly dark place. Gaining weight, drinking myself to sleep every night, working like a dog for $10 an hour, and failing most of my classes in a crappy community college that I went to after having a nervous breakdown at my original university. I was regularly thinking about hurting myself, and in May 2018, I drove about an hour north in the early morning to a hiking trail I used to frequent. There was a large cliff there with a drop of at least 100 feet, and I was determined to step into thin air and the oblivion that would come with it. I sat there for about 20 minutes, cried, and looped back to my car, drove an hour back home, changed, and apologized to my boss for being late to work. Today, I'm sitting in my house marveling at how lucky I was to not do it. In the time since then, I found my vocation was cooking, and I got pretty dang good at it. I went to culinary school for 2 semesters and aced every course. I landed a job in a renowned restaurant group, and 3 weeks ago was transferred to their flagship restaurant in New York, where I'm training to help open a new one in South Beach, Miami. I'm making better money than ever before and am finally feeling myself have some control over my life. I'm overwhelmed with joy, happy to be alive, and frankly, feel like the luckiest person to ever walk the earth. Over the time that I've been doing this channel, I've noticed kind of a recurring theme with a lot of these particular stories where life just kind of goes to crap and people just contemplate taking the easy way out. Not one of them has ever said that they felt like that was the right thing in hindsight, and they're all so grateful that they didn't go through with it. It's amazing just how fast and how dramatically life can turn around on people, though. I'm sure this time last year, you never even considered that right now you'd be training as a chef in New York to go off and assist in the restaurant opening in South Beach. I mean, my goodness, talk about a giant career jump there. Granted, you are in the restaurant industry, which is high risk, admittedly, but it sounds like you found a real and lasting happiness as a result of all this. It sucks to go through tough times like that, but ultimately that's what can help define us and turn us into who we really want to be in our lives. Thank you so much for sharing this post, for sharing this insight into your life and opening up about your story like that. And whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're at right now, I truly do wish you the best in life. Our next story is from user Warchief Snorlax. I wouldn't be here without his help, and I'm finally doing good again. I'm bipolar 2, and I got an episode that lasted the entirety of December up until yesterday. It was awful. It set my generalized anxiety disorder on fire, and I was crying all the time. Always anxious, sad. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to shower. I did though, don't worry. It was a very, very difficult episode. I even had trouble sleeping, and sometimes I could only sleep 4 hours. Other times, it would take me up to 2 hours to fall asleep, even though I was tired. But here's where the amazing part comes. My fiance, he was there throughout the whole thing and supported me with so much love and patience. It fills my heart up. There was a day in which I cried 6 times, and every time he'd hold me with patience and try to calm me down. One of the times, he was in a match of League of Legends, and he just stopped to hold me while asking the others to wait for just a second. This Christmas was also my first one without my family. It was just the two of us. Well, he bought me a whole bunch of little gifts from Wish and AliExpress and handed them over to me during the 24th. I'm from Colombia. And I couldn't help but to burst out crying again from happiness. He got me a Timo hat and a Fallout bobblehead among the many gifts. I just wish I could express to him how much I love him and thank God he's with me. God knows what it'd be of me if he wasn't around. Even small little things like stopping his gaming to go lay down with me and browse the iPad so I can fall asleep with someone there awake and know I'm safe and sound. That's my favorite part. He turns on the lamp and lays down right there beside me. No complaints about not being able to play, no whining about being bored. He simply does it. Even if I ask him to go play his games with his friends. I just love him. I really do. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but I really needed to finally rant and vent about something good after such a long time of crying and being miserable. If you got to the end, thanks for listening. Well, a short one, but definitely a heartfelt one. And I can tell you, I know exactly how you feel. My wife has been the absolute most solid and incredible rock for me through so many struggles. I mean, I'm not a perfect person. I've got my own issues and whatnot, and she has just been there stalwart and stood by me and helped carry me through each and every one of them. I can't put into words how much she means to me. Just like with your fiance. It's amazing how much other people can be a help, even when they don't know it. Thank you so much for sharing this little insight of your life, and I'm really glad to hear that you're doing that much better. Wherever you're at right now, I really do wish you the best. Hey, so real quick announcement before we get to the end here. I was recently laid off, and this has opened up a new opportunity that my wife and I have banted about for quite a while at this point. The very short version is that starting next Tuesday, we will be launching a brand new couples gaming channel for anyone interested. You don't have to jump over there if it's not your cup of tea. I understand it's not for everyone, but we're going to be jumping in with both feet to just do something that the two of us have wanted to do for a while. When it's up and running, I'll start posting links in the future videos, but with the remastering of Warcraft 3, we felt like it was probably the right time to start trying our hand at the YouTube video game scene. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but don't worry. The channel's still going to stay the same. Monday through Friday is still going to have content up. It's just a side project that we're working on, and whether or not it goes anywhere, we'll see. Regardless, we're still going to have fun with it. And if you guys are interested, I would love to have you guys join us there. That was r/happy, and if you want more happy stories about people having good things happen in their lives, then go ahead and check out the playlist link in the description below. Now you guys go out there, have a great weekend. I will see you all on Monday, Until then, I'm Exile451. Stay beautiful, people.